is up, everybody? It is your girl, Riley. Nice to see you guys again. Today, I'm going to show you my recipe, which isn't actually my recipe. I found it online on the Food Network. But here's my pizza dough recipe. So before I do anything, I'm going to set my oven to preheat to 450 degrees. And then I'm going to oil up my pizza stone so that my pizza does not stick to the stone. Now that the stone has been all oiled up, I'm just going to let it go, put it into the oven. If I can get it. Here we go. And basically season it. I read it online somewhere. So this is a Bobby Flay recipe on the Food Network channel, and what you're gonna need is salt, yeast, oil, preferably olive oil, flour, and sugar. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna add all my dry ingredients first. So that means the flour, the sugar, the yeast, and the salt. Mix it thoroughly, actually use a fork and mix the flour and all that stuff. Then I'm going to add my 1.5 cups of water. Yes, you're gonna need water. You're gonna need it at lukewarm temperatures. And then I'm gonna add the oil. First off, I'm going to stick 4 cups of flour into this bowl. Now I'm going to add my yeast in. Right now I'm using the fast acting. I don't really know the difference between fast acting and the other one. So this is the one I usually use. Just stick a whole pack, and it's about 3/4 of an ounce. Now I'm going to add in my salt, so I'm going to add 2 teaspoons. Two. And finally, 1 teaspoon of sugar. And all of this, the salt and the sugar, are just going to activate the yeast. I'm going to use, I prefer my chopsticks, and just mix everything together. Alright, next we're going to add my water, but first I made a little ball inside my ball of flour. And that's where all my wet ingredients are gonna go, so 1.5 cups water. Then 2 tablespoons of oil, olive oil. 1, 2. Now I'm just going to use my hand mixer, mix everything together. If you guys have a stand mixer, this is a lot easier. If you just have a whisk, you know, you got to do what you got to do, but Luckily, my mom had this old thing. She gave it to me right before I left for college, so that's awesome. But here we go. This is the messy part. Do some hand mixing within the bowl. In the end, you do want this like shaggy mixture, but my hand mixer is just not going to get all the flour that's in here incorporated, so I'm going to just try to do the best that I can. Alright guys, this is part of the messy stuff. So you're going to take some flour and dust it in your workspace. And then you're going to grab your dough, plop it, and now you're going to knead a little bit. And the dough is bouncing up pretty nicely, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lightly coat this bowl, it's a bigger one, in olive oil. That way my dough doesn't stick. After I let it rise for a little bit. I usually let it rise, honestly, until I'm ready to eat it or like make the pizza. So today I'm starting at 3 o'clock, 3:30ish right now. Sometimes I start this at like noon and I don't cook it until 5, so it just rises for a couple hours and then it's good to go. But now I'm just going to stick a towel over top so that it doesn't overflow, and then I will update you guys when it's time to eat or make our pizza fully. It has been at least an hour since I made my pizza dough, and let's see how it looks now. And now it has doubled in size, at least doubled in size. And now we're going to spread some flour out, knead it again, and then put it on our sheet. Yes, this has been seasoned. It is darker than the last time we saw it, so hopefully no sticking. Our dough is bouncing right back, and with this one I'm going to use my hand for the most part, split it in half. I'm going to freeze this bit and use it for the next time that I make a pizza. This little dude I'm going to stick onto our pizza stove or stone and use a rolling pin to thin them out. All nice and rolled out into the best circle that I could do, and it's now time to add the toppings. So for toppings, I'm going to use some garlic powder, crushed red pepper flakes, tomato sauce, Italian seasoning, pepperoni, and mozzarella cheese. That is my pizza, guys. Pepperoni and cheese. Open up the oven and use an oven mitt because we have already put the pizza stone in once and it's still a little warm. But we're going to stick our pizza. I usually put it into the metal rack and we're going to leave it in there for at least 20 minutes. You're just going to leave your pizza in there until the cheese on top gets nice and brown and crispy or soft, whatever you like. But basically, that's my recipe for pizza dough. Put whatever toppings you want on top and just cook it until it becomes to your liking, basically. So if you put cheese on it, until the cheese is golden. If you don't put cheese on it, then until everything, like the dough itself, is nice and crispy, then you know you'll have a good pizza. But now I gotta clean up this kitchen, because you know what you do when you cook? As things are cooking, you gotta clean. But that's it for me today, guys. Let me know what else you want me to cook for you. I'm really good at a lot of different recipes, mostly Italian dishes, and when it comes to baking, a lot of like cookies in general I'm really good at. But let me know in the comments. Please leave a nice subscribe. There should be my face should be on here somewhere. And if you haven't already, hit that bell button. It should be right next to the subscribe button. That'll let you know when I post. And of course, have a great day.